I'm John Hinkle, Senior Pastor of First Presbyterian Church, and this is your daily devotion. As most of you know by now, First Presbyterian Church will have its first opportunity to have on-site worship on June 14th. This is something, well, I'll be honest with you, this is something I have been thinking about ever since March 15th, when we didn't have worship, right? You remember that? If you remember my sermon, we talked about what the things we did on March 8th. And of course, on March 15th, we had our first stay-at-home worship. And so from that moment on until now, I've been thinking about what would worship look like. And so we think we know what we're doing, why we're doing it, and why it's important for you to be good Presbyterians in this moment and follow instructions. But having said all that, I think at the heart of it is, why are we doing it? Why are we providing this opportunity to come back? And why, in the survey that we put out, are so many of you ready to come back? And the parable I've been kind of focusing on comes from the Gospel of Matthew. It's Matthew 13, starting at verse 44. Jesus said, "The kingdom of heaven is like a treasure hidden in a field. When a man found it, he hid it again. And then in joy, he went and sold all he had so he could buy the field. Again, the kingdom of heaven is like a merchant looking for a fine pearl. And when he found one of great value, he went away, sold everything, and he bought it." All of us in this life that we are living have experienced the good news. That's what the gospel means. I've been sharing that with you lately. Gospel means the good news. The good news from Matthew, the good news from Mark, the good news from Luke, the good news from John. Here's the good news. And what is the good news? For us, it is Jesus Christ. His life, his death, his resurrection, and the promise that he'll come again. And once you have received that good news, once that good news becomes truly good for you, you'll do anything and everything to stay connected to the body that proclaims in Jesus Christ there's life and life eternal. And I think that's why there's that desire to come back. That's why there's that desire to reconnect. We are people who have found a treasure in a field. We are people who have found a beautiful pearl. And we'll do anything to hold on to it. So this week, as people of the good news, let us live our lives as those who know that in Jesus, it's where we find our joy. Have a great day.